Approach done.
Securing Bravo. We're pulling. Enemy has Alpha.
Approach
Battle is more cold. The struggle continues. Switching sides.
Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about the Black Ops Cold War beta, my impressions of it overall, what I feel about the game, the pros and cons of the game, and whether or not I am going to be investing time and money into the game. So if you wish to, please hit that like button, leave a comment down below telling me what you thought of Call of Duty Cold War beta, and are you looking forward to the game or not. Subscribe, hit the little bell, follow me on Twitter, link is in the video description, and let's get into it with the pros and cons. Now I'm going to start off with the pros because I want to start this off quite positive, because the end may result in me talking about how I won't be playing this game or buying this game. You'll have to wait and see. So the pros, okay, so a pro and a con here on both ends of the scale. Sniping is really good, really consistent, and it makes it really easy for everyone to use a sniper. That is the good side of it. Snipers are great for quick scoping, great for fast scoping. You know, you get consistent one-hit kills most of the time. I think I've only got like, I'd say about 95% of the time I've got one-hit kills. The problem with that is that it is too easy now, and it kind of fosters this sitting back mentality, especially on like the more open maps and the wider maps, like I can't remember what it was called, but it's like there's like sand dunes and stuff. I think it's called Satellite. You know, you can just not bother playing the game and just sit back and snipe. But because sniping is so much fun and so consistent, that is a warranted gameplay style if you want to have fun. So I will say with sniping, if you love sniping, if you love, I don't want to say camping, but if you love just sitting back, not really getting involved, this is the game for you, because sniping at the moment is ridiculously good, ridiculously satisfying, and consistently easy. I'll put it that way. I wouldn't say it's too easy, but it's consistently easy. And again, the con of that is that it fosters this kind of camping mentality. The next pro I will talk about is the attachments and the creator class system. There is a lot of attachments for each gun, and it doesn't feel like you unlock them very quickly. It does feel like you have to use the gun for an extended period of time to unlock the attachments for it, so it makes the weapons worth grinding, worth using, and such things like that. Now the creator class system itself, you know, it's welcoming back the wildcard system, where you choose a wildcard and that gives you like an extra perk for your entire class. So you can have one that gives you twice the amount of perks, so you have 6 perks instead of 3. There's one to have, I think, 7 attachments on a weapon, which makes your weapon super overpowered, and then some other ones as well that also are involved, the wildcards. That system is great. It's good to see it back. There's nothing wrong with it, nothing new to it either, but you know, nothing wrong with it. It's a good solid system implemented really well in this game. The attachments to guns as well, they actually feel like they make a difference to the gun. You know, other times you put on attachments on a gun and you don't really notice any difference, but this game actually makes you feel like having those attachments is worth it. Another pro of the game, in my opinion, every single gun in this game, from top to bottom, every class, every type of weapon, are really satisfying to land shots with. Now the time to kill is a little bit quick, but it actually feels like you're using powerful weapons, and the bullets, the impact, the hit marker sound, it's so goddamn satisfying. All the guns also, as well as another pro, feel good to fire, so you know, in terms of recoil and controllability and being able to maneuver around the map while holding these weapons, all feel really good. So a lot of the gunplay, a lot of the gun fights with the attachments and the creator class system, all are an impactful, positive change to Call of Duty, in my opinion. And I think the last couple of things I'll talk about is, one, the score streaks. You know, it's not kill streaks anymore, it's score streaks. So when you die, you persist through collecting points towards your score streaks. They don't go away. That means that the score streaks take a little bit longer to get, unless you are playing really well or have one of the perks attached to your class, which allows you to get more score from killing people while spy plane is up and such things. You can, if you are really good at this game, if you're really good at running around killing and just you know, messing up people's days, you will be getting your score streaks often. And from what I've seen, the score streaks actually feel good to use. Sentry guns feel like they're actually powerful and can actually get some kills. Artillery, even though it only fires 3 big bombs, I have got multiple kills with that kill streak. You know, it just feels like it's almost instant, where you put your artillery and the bomb comes down and blows up. In previous CODs, kill streaks that use that type of mechanic, always you place it and then 2 or 3 seconds later the attack comes down, and by then everyone you're aiming at is gone. So, you know, the lower end of the score streaks feel really good to use. I didn't really get to use any of the higher ones because I just wasn't playing the game enough, but other people were using them against me and they seem to be quite a nuisance. So I feel like score streaks in this game, or kill streaks if you wish to call them that, are going to be really good and really useful and help you get a lot of kills. And I think the last thing I'll say, especially just because it's a beta and there's only a limited amount of maps, the maps feel interesting, they feel like immersive, and they look good, they play well. You know, there's a lot of 3-lane type maps, and it just feels like they've really got the map design done really well in this game. But then again, we haven't seen any of the other maps, so I can't really speak on that. You know, I like the game modes as well. There's some new ones in there, like control. So there's like 30 lives per team and 2 points to capture and defend. So you can either capture both the points and win, or eliminate everyone on the other team 30 times and then capture them both. It's a pretty cool mode. You know, I've got a lot of good gameplays there, which I probably won't even put on the channel, but they're a lot of fun. It's a good game mode, and like they're ground war styled maps and things that you can play. The momentum one, or like the domination one with 5 to 6 flags or whatever it is, they're pretty cool. Can't really complain about them. But I will say, now that we're moving on to the cons of the beta that I saw, the game is very, very campy. All the environments in the game benefit campers to no end. So you can hide around corners, you can hide in little areas, you can snipe very easily from far. There's guns like the M16 which can hit one burst from across the map. There's, you know, good single shot rifles, and it just feels like right now the game is aimed towards playing strategically rather than running around trying to get high kill games, or, you know, nukes or kill streaks and things like that. It just seems more fun, more consistent, and just better to sit back and just camp. And while that is fine for people who want to do that, it becomes kind of a crutch of a game, especially in Call of Duty. You know, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I just want to run around and, you know, destroy people with my SMG or my shotgun, and you just can't do that in this game unless you run into a lobby of like lower ability people. But skill-based matchmaking in this game, which is another con that I'm going to talk about right now, skill-based matchmaking so far in this beta is so strong, it's unbelievable that they put that into a beta. If you want to have that in the full game, then, you know, there's arguments to be made there, but having it in the beta was just disgusting. You can see a very noticeable change from playing when you first start up the game and you haven't played any games before, to when that skill-based matchmaking hits, it becomes a completely different, less fun game. I also want to say that, you know, because the environments are so colorful, because they're so unique, because they're so wide, and, you know, there's a lot of campy spaces, it's open as well as being campy, there's like little things here and there, a lot of busy kind of areas, it becomes extremely difficult to see people, and it's not really noticeable where they are until they're shooting at you. And because the time to kill is so low, they're going to kill you before you have a chance to react, unless you are absolutely godlike. So being able to see people, even when they're moving, even when they're running, can be extremely difficult, you know, in certain situations. Obviously, if you're holding down a flag and people are coming to kill you on the flag, you're gonna see them, but just traversing around certain maps, it becomes quite difficult to see people. It's like too much busy areas or too much open areas where people can really get to the edge of the maps and hide behind various things, like the sand dunes, for instance. You can get from one side of the map to the other without being seen at all if you're extremely quick and used to where the route to run is. It becomes really difficult to find and, you know, stop people from flanking you. It's really irritating once you've played the game more than once. And I think this will be the last thing I talk about. First of all, I just want to say the MP5 is ridiculous. It's so goddamn good. Even without attachments and from range, it's stupidly good. So, you know, a lot of the cons I've spoken about right now, they can all be patched and they can all be changed. Whether or not they decide to do that is up to them, but right now those are the cons that I have in my mind. And the last one I want to talk about, which is quite an important one, is footsteps. Footsteps in this game are insane. I have been playing a game where I could be like on one of the ships on the ship map, I can't remember what it's called, and I could be kind of spawn camping, running around in the spawn, and I could be, let's just say, the length of 2 standard buildings in Call of Duty Modern Warfare in Warzone, you know, just 2 regular sized buildings, and because I'm moving, they can hear me clearly. They know exactly where I'm coming from, and they can just turn on me, shoot me and kill me, because the time to kill is so low, you don't really have any survivability in that situation. And for some reason in this game, the more you run or the faster your momentum is, the louder your footsteps are. And then you have other things in the creator class system, like the field mic, where it will give you basically like a sensor radar type thing, which also allows them to see you on the map. And so you've got that, and also the loud footsteps just gives you away instantly to people, so you cannot really gain any momentum. You can't really get behind, you know, unless you're super skilled, and it's just going to take everyone out anyway. But for like a day-to-day player, the footsteps become incredibly frustrating, especially like when you think, oh, okay, there's 2 people there going to the flag, I'm going to go this way, I'm going to start shooting at them, and before you even get around the corner, they have stopped and looked over to where you're coming from, because they just hear you, they just know you're there. It's too powerful. The footsteps are too good. Even with Ninja on, Ninja is kind of like the dead silence of this game. It doesn't completely get rid of footsteps, and if you've got a really good headset, you can still hear people. And the last thing I'll say is when I run around and people are coming up behind me, I can't hear them at all, and I've got quite a good headset. I'm not going to say it's the best headset in the world, but I can very easily hear directional sound on Destiny extremely easily. So my headset should be able to pick up people's footsteps, but for some reason when I'm running around, it's like I'm wearing iron boots. When they're running around, it's like they're wearing ice skates. So I guess my kind of review on this is, overall, it's a solid to good Call of Duty game. If you like to snipe and you like to camp, this is going to be a very good Call of Duty game for you. The mechanics, the gameplay, the look of maps, you know, the gunplay is all great and worth playing if that's what you're into. But I do have to say that it kind of lacks charm in a way, and I know that's kind of weird to say about a Call of Duty game, but there's just something for me that is missing from this game to entice me, to pull me in. And when I was playing every day, even when I was getting good kills, even when I was doing well, I just didn't feel excited by it. I just felt middle of the pack kind of interested, and for me that's a problem, because like Call of Duty games, first person shooter games, you want to have that rush, you want to have that adrenaline, you want to have that excitement. And while this game has its moments here and there, for me, when I was playing it across the board or every day when the beta was out, I just wasn't enjoying it as much as I should have been. I was enjoying it, but not as much as I wanted to, not as much as I should have been. So for me, I'm going to invest time into this once the price of the game comes down, because I do think it's genuinely a good COD. It's just missing something for me. But I will say, when Warzone comes out, or the BR version of Warzone for this game, it's going to take off. It's going to be unbelievable. So anyway, that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this beta and what you think about the game so far. Follow me on Twitter. Link is in the video description. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.